Hi, this is Discussion Board 9, the analysis of the poems of George Herbert. The group reviewed The Caller and Love 3. This is for Group 1, and I'm Group Leader Karina Chavez. To begin with the dramatic situation for The Caller, the consensus of the group is that the speaker is a minister who shows his wavering devotion to the church. He feels restricted by their moral code, and his frustrations ultimately culminate in a decision to abandon his duties. However, the group did see an intrinsic faith that leads the minister back to his church. The group did have diverging interpretations of the word fruit. Majority of the group felt that fruit referred to fruit of labor. As a minister, the speaker would ultimately benefit from the wisdom and the word of God, and not from any secular pleasures. Another group member felt that fruit referred to fruit of the Lord. She felt that fruit symbolized that the speaker had lost his way in the church, and the speaker no longer sees the fruit of the Lord. A final interpretation was fruit referring to time that the speaker has lost, and time that the speaker still has. All group members saw the pun in the title. The author was able to illustrate the plight of a minister simply in the title. A clergyman that feels enslaved by his duties will lash out in anger, but a call from God can subdue his doubt. The speaker voices his frustrations, but does acknowledge that he abides by his own boundaries. The speaker does infer in the poem that any man who idly mulls over his misery deserves his own plight, as any restriction is metaphorical. This supports the paradox that a man is only constrained by the life he chooses. Any path taken has its boundaries. However, the speaker does ultimately find solace in the church that enslaves him. Therefore, the church is both the root and the solution for the speaker's frustrations. And the final poem is Love 3. The consensus of the group is that the poem is a dialogue between the speaker and love. Love is personified in the poem, but it also represents the church and God. The speaker is devout to the church, but feels disgraced by his sins. He expresses his insecurities to love, which welcomes him with open arms. The minister in The Caller, feeling confined by the church, reacted with violent frustration. But an omnipotent God created an imperfect man. Therefore, God shares in the sin of man. Herbert closes his collection with the resolution that man is prone to sin even though he is devout to his church, but God will seat him at his table. The speaker will ultimately find solace in God. The theme of the poem the group believed is everyone is worthy of love.